Alright, I finally figured out how to go live. It took me a minute. This is my first time, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll do my best. We're gonna draw Bambi today. I really like Bambi because he's kind of like... So, you'll have to forgive me. I'll do my best. We're gonna draw Bambi today. I really like Bambi because he's kind of like... So, you'll have to forgive me. I'll do my best. We're gonna draw Bambi today. I really like Bambi because he's kind of like... So, you'll have to forgive me. Oh guys, can you hear me now? I'm so sorry. You guys have been so patient with me. Okay, so I think I want to see about let's see about how long this is. I tell you what, I've been on the struggle bus with learning to record. That's why I wanted to just push through and practice, because I'm not good at it. All right, so paying attention to like how crazy this shape is. And a little knob right here. And there's like this overall rhythm. Thanks, Connie. Yeah. So his little leg gets pretty wide right here, and then comes down to just like a little tapering. But one thing I've noticed is he's got this little heel on the back, I guess. I love. See, another thing that my video keeps doing is shutting off on me. So finish this round part here, give him a little bit more definition on his neck. I think I'll go ahead and erase that because it makes him look like he's got a wrinkle in his neck. Come down here, I'm gonna go ahead and give him his tail because I know that's fine right there. Country, let's see, active going on here. Okay. And then let's pay attention to this shape. Slender that up a little bit. That's one thing I've noticed when I draw Bambi. It's almost hard to get enough of that delicate touch. So tiny. Recording, it makes you want to go really fast, but in all honesty, like, if you can just slow down a little bit, it really helps. Let's see, he's almost got like this muscle. He's got a pretty good muscle right here. And this side too. And it's really not good to erase like this. I really don't recommend it, but you know, what can you do? So let's get on to this head. All right, I don't know why I didn't do the head first, but let's see. His eye is on this side of the line. So let's see. We know his eye is going to be somewhere around on this side. I'm just going to put a little bit of a mark there. Maybe try to work in some of this snout. Oh, I see. It's dipping into the circle. I'm just going to go ahead and almost make like a box. They didn't really do that. They just kind of went straight into the features, but I am going to put a box there and then start to map out his eyes. Look, he's got a bit of cheek right there. So he's also got this shape that kind of goes right into the cheek. And he's got an eyelash coming out to there. So now how about I get a little bit of this nose in? I'm basically gonna do a box that goes back in perspective. So there's a little front of the box and the top of the box. And they have it so where there's even a bit of a side to the box. So go like this, give him, it goes right up into the circle before he's got a little open mouth and it's open here. Give another oval. Guess you could probably make him like super happy if you had that cheek really curving up. Let's see. There's quite a bit of space here between this line and this line. His eyes are pretty far back, which again, I think is good training for realism too. It's what I feel like Bambi's done for me. I really feel like he got me into drawing real deer. And then I kind of came back to just loving drawing Bambi. And after drawing some realistic deer, I feel like I understand the anatomy a little better. So it just feeds itself. I feel like they just go hand in hand, doing the cartoon and the realistic. So he's got two circles going on in his eye, and then his very vintage style eye here. And then he's got this kind of U shape that comes down, and it goes up into these fluffy bangs. I think they're bangs. All right, I tell you what, I think the ears are really where Bambi, his character. And I love in this book that it talks a lot about, there it is, silhouettes. Look at that. I love that it's talking about finding the outer shape, the whole shape of something. So I'm gonna try to do that too. He's got this part of his eye that comes here. I can't forget that. And it is sitting above the other one. Here's his bangs, and then from his eye, let's see if I can get this big enough and round enough. Whew. Trying to find that shape, that outer shape. I tell you, these ears are, once you're doing them, it just feels so weird. He's got this jaw right here and some fluff. Let's see if I can capture that. And then he's got this shape here. It's like a moon shape. And then it comes around and meets like a rim. Oops, I think I need to raise that up a little bit. And then go like this. And this. He's got this little shape going on. Let's see. Okay, that's a little better. And then he's got that same little black. There we go. And then Disney always has these kind of confident lines. So let's go ahead and incorporate some of that. Okay. And then a little hoof there. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. Something else I really need to figure out is how to do 2 views, because I'm not sure how to show you guys my painting mixture. You know, I can't forget his spots. He's got some markings here. I think he's got a little less of a jawline too, a little more. Definitely want to give him that little upturned nose. I really need to get on with it. This is taking me a minute. Okay, so I already spritzed my palette, and I guess for now I'll just tell you what colors I'm using. But if anybody wants me to change the camera angle, I can, and then you can see my palette. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and cover him all in this this beige color. And I'm gonna do a yellow, and I'm gonna use transparent yellow. This is my scrap paper. I think that's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I use transparent yellow, and I also mixed in a little blue, a little ultramarine blue, and a little bit of mud from my palette, so probably like a little burnt sienna. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this as well. And I don't know if you noticed, but I work upright. I mean, not everybody does that, but I like to, because it makes this bead, you can see like right here, and that means I can kind of control everything about it. And I can even keep feeding more pigment at the top of the whole mixture. So just covering all of him. It's a pretty wet mixture. I would compare it to like coffee. I added quite a bit of water to it. And I'm using a silver black velvet brush. So it's a synthetic and a natural. I felt like that little bit there and there needed to be a little desaturated. So I just added some burnt umber. Also really watery. I'm just gonna make this whole shape. Guiding this bead everywhere I want it to go. But unless you want blooms, you gotta get rid of them. Almost there. Gotta remember this leg is real tiny. I always want to make them wider than they should be. Okay. Got a little tissue here. And I'm gonna blot my brush and suck up a little bit of the, it doesn't really matter. I mean, honestly, you could leave those. It's not a big deal, but I kind of like the idea of not having any blossoms in my wash. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and go straight into his nose because I kind of want that to be over with, if that makes sense. Let's see, here's my scrap paper. Oh yeah, that looks good. Nice and dark. I'm gonna go in and do the bottom, which is just this little square shape. And then he's got a square shape on top. It's just little geometrical nose. And then he's got this little edge piece here. Careful, careful. There. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and give him his eyelash too. Because as long as this is dry, I can glaze right over top of it. see, his highlight, I put it in the wrong spot. I think I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. I got the highlight on the black part. Let's see, almost there. Gotta get down to the cheek. And then finish his eyelash. And he's got one on this side too. All right, not bad, not bad. Wait, how about I go ahead and get these ears too, because I mean, I'm here. Moon shape. Looks like there's a little bit more of a point in my reference here. And then, let's see, go ahead and do that other one. I would say that this consistency is like, it's pretty much butter. I'm going straight in. No fooling around, just one layer. I mean, you wouldn't have to, but these are such small areas that I can get away with it. All right, let's see here. There's a little bit less curve. There we go. Now I'm gonna wash this out. And actually, my other layer is pretty much dry. So I can go over now with, looks like this color. Oh, I almost forgot his spots again. Let's see. He's got this dark area, and then he's got a spot here, a spot here, a spot here, and a spot here, and a spot here. And then we'll go ahead and do a little one. Okay, good enough. And then I'm gonna try to make this more like caramel color, because we did the kind of the beige. Now I want to do this like caramely. I would say that's a caramel color. So I'm using my yellow that I already had on my palette. Oh, there we go. Hi guys. So that's crazy. If I put it near my palette, I lose connection all over again. So I mixed some Pyrrole Red into my mix. Let's see if this is the right color. Looks like it needs a little more. There we go. I think that's pretty close. Yep, that looks good. And so I'm gonna go around these spots so I don't lose them. And since I have this bead of watercolor mixture, it shouldn't be a problem. I can just go around. Oh, kind of need some music playing or something. Uh-oh. Man, I almost forgot that there's a little bit of that beige tone on the bottom there. There we go. Keep going, keep going. Ooh, disconnected again. It's honestly making me sweat. Okay, then down to his knee. Keep going. I feel like his leg is gonna get the most definition from this layer. And then this side too. That bead is still strong over there. But on this side, he's got a little area that I need to leave blank. All right, and then I don't want to get his underbelly. Keep getting a hair and brush. And then keep going here. No beige on the thigh here. Let's just keep going. Definitely need to thicken up a little bit there, I think. And then over on this side, I also have a little bit of tan. Okay. What do you think? Should I let these bloom? Maybe I will. I actually really like those kinds of looks on things. Let's see here. Boy, when I go over top, all the light disappears. So he does not have this caramel color on his eye. I want to make sure to get this like really smooth right there. Okay, coming around. And then up underneath and around his mouth. And go up here and cover pretty much everything, but I do not want to cover that pink in his ear. I guess I need to keep my hand a little bit lower. It's hard, I need to go over top, but it creates such a bad shadow. I'm gonna blot a little off here. Oh, that's okay. And continue that up there. See, the black doesn't merge with it or anything. And it's a staining color, so I mean I can go right over top. All right, so now I really want to do let's see, not to press it. I want to do this kind of burnt umber color right there. All right, that'll be the last layer. Well, kind of. I think I'll do a bit of an outline too. But I'm gonna get this burnt umber mixing. All right, I have plenty of this dark color. So I think my painting can dry a little. I'm gonna go ahead and take this blow dryer to it real quick. All right. I think I'm gonna start with the feet, just because that kind of can't really go too dark there really, even though it's this burnt umber color. I don't feel like going a little dark is gonna hurt it at all. Right there. Oh, it's such a tiny little hoof. And right there. And here. Did that make the light a little better? All right. Red burnt umber. I think I will go ahead and even make it a little redder, because I definitely want to capture that. There we go. Nice and red. So get this. Using the roundness of my brush to go ahead and get those kind of rounded shapes. It comes all the way over here and goes by his eye. I think I'll go ahead and suck some of this up here. Okay, and then he's also got that same color here, kind of behind these spots, if you will. Okay, let's see if I can get this kind of boop shape. This consistency is a little thicker too. I would say it's a bit like cream. All right. I think that's about it. The only thing, oh, he's got to have pink in his ears, that's for sure, and his mouth. Just 1 second, let me get a little bit of pink. I'm using kind of a little quinacridone rose, I think. And it's way too dark. There we go. All right, now I'm just gonna glaze this over. I think I do want a little bit more like fuchsia. There we go. And then get rid of my bead. And then he needs a little in his mouth. Well, guys, the only thing I would do now is outline it. And I'm trying to figure out if I need to do that live or if that's a given. I think I'll go ahead and outline it for you. Oh wait, I see something else I can do. He's got a little bit of brown on his eyelid. And then his eye color, what am I thinking? Okay, he's got kind of, I would say it's this color again. That's about it. If I was gonna outline this, it looks like they have kind of sienna color for the outline. They definitely kept it subtle. It is nearly yellow ochre. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do yellow ochre. I feel like that's such a interesting choice. I guess what it is it gives you this kind of outline that's not really much darker. Okay, I'm trying to talk myself into long. That's pretty good. All right. Look cohesive. I do kind of want to outline his eye. well, you know, I think that's good enough for me. Oops. And then mess it up at the end. That sounds about right, doesn't it? He does have this kind of almost eyebrow shape that I think I want to put in real quick. Putting just a little bit of blue right here. Oh boy, delicate. All right. Okay. Well, I am going to call this good. Thank you so much for being patient with my endless connection issues, and thank you for coming to my first time doing this. And I definitely plan on keeping it up, and I'll shoot for next week or next month. I'm not sure. Maybe some of you guys can hit me up and let me know what you think. But I'm definitely getting ready to make this a regular thing, and I'm super excited. Thanks so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. Mwah.